Hello and welcome to the Loon. I am he. Still trying to figure out the stupid green screen. Also, my glasses broke, so I'm wearing my other ones. Please like and subscribe. Let's begin. As always, let's start with Canadian news. The federal NDPs have put forth a motion for David Johnston, current special rapporteur investigating foreign interference in Canadian affairs, to step down. This follows Johnston's recommendation against a public inquiry into foreign interference, claiming that much of the intel would not be able to be made public anyway. Jagmeet Singh, leader of the federal NDP, says he'd hate to learn that Trudeau was in someone's pocket. At least I think that's what he said. It was hard to hear from inside Trudeau's pocket. Canada Day is coming up next month. For some, this means fireworks and barbecues. For others, this means a time to protest the treatment of Indigenous peoples by the Canadian government, including the breaking of various treaties. Which is fine by me. Protest is important, and our country's history is far from perfect. But for those who still wish to celebrate this great country we call home, fireworks can be purchased at literally every reserve. Danielle Smith of the United Conservative Party of Alberta will remain as Premier after defeating the NDP. She has promised to oppose policies from the federal Liberals. When asked which ones in particular, she pointed to restrictions on natural gas and emissions limits on oil and gas, as well as, quote, pretty much all the ones that make sense. "You'll make the world a better place over my dead body," she cried to disappointingly raucous cheers. I had to look up how to pronounce raucous. I was right, but it feels kind of wrong. Pampered Paws to the rescue. As a result of a wildfire outside Halifax, Pampered Paws Inn, a doggy daycare, had to evacuate 18 dogs and 2 cats to escape the flames. Led by manager Lisa Parsons, they managed to get all the animals as well as 4 people into just 3 cars and escape safely. Needless to say, there will be some relieved owners in Hammond's Plains. And hey, if you want to help a dog in need, you can donate to my Patreon at
patreon.com/Ronpon
to help me pay for my poor dog's arthritis medication. Or, donate to Pampered Paws or your local humane society or something, but look how cute. Hi, Anook. World news. Russia is blaming Ukraine for a failed drone attack after 8 drones were stopped while converging on Moscow. Oh, that sounds really scary for those Russians. Can you imagine waking up to the sounds of explosions in your city? Well, the Ukrainians can, because Russia has been bombing them for over a freaking year. So you'll forgive me if I don't lose sleep over this small taste of their own bitter medicine. Speaking of, the Kremlin said on Friday that Ukraine joining NATO would cause problems for years to come. When asked about which problems in particular, the Kremlin responded, like it'll be way harder for us to kill their people and take their land. I can't do the accent. Pakistani human rights activist and lawyer Jabran Nasir was abducted late Thursday night. According to his wife, they were on their way back from dinner when he was taken from his car by 15 heavily armed men. This has, understandably, prompted outcry throughout the country, and we at the Loon wish him all the best. And to those holding Nasir, I'd just say, don't you think you're kind of proving his point here? Japan's birth rate continues to decline, down to a record low of 1.26 births per 1,000 people in 2022. This is far below the rate needed to maintain a population, which is around 2.06. The government is considering many drastic actions, though the current frontrunner is called Operation Ship in a Bunch of Weebs from the US. Pop culture. I just learned that Tom Hanks and Rita Wilson, one of the swellest celebrity couples out there, are the same age. Is that weird to anyone else? I mean, it shouldn't be weird, but it's gotta be rare, right? Like, how often do you hear about couples who are the exact same age, especially celebrities? I'm sure this is incredibly boring to most people, but I found it neat. John Stamos has admitted to being angry that the Olsen twins didn't participate in Fuller House. Though to be fair, the Olsen twins are angry that they didn't get to participate in a normal fucking childhood, so maybe everyone should just let them be. What else? Grey's Anatomy's Kevin McKidd and Station 19's Danielle Sabre? Were seen kissing on a beach in Italy on Wednesday. Is that what people want to hear? Is that really interesting? I don't give the most solitary of damns, but I always see this stuff in magazines, so you're welcome, I guess. Now it's time for news below the belt. Memorial Day recently passed in the US, and President Biden and ex-President Trump both had a few choice words to say. I will now read them. Biden. On Memorial Day, we honor America's fallen heroes who gave their last full measure of devotion to this nation. We'll never be able to repay the debt we owe them. But today, we rededicate ourselves to the work for which they gave their lives, and we recommit to supporting the loved ones they left behind. That wasn't as bad as I expected. It's pretty bad. Trump's gonna be worse. Here we go. Trump, in all caps. Happy Memorial Day to all, but especially to those who gave the ultimate sacrifice for the country they love, and to those in line of a very different but equally dangerous fire, stopping the threats. I've caught up to my teleprompter. I'm just gonna pause here for a sec. Oh my gosh, this accent is just the worst. I can't do a Trump at all. Stopping the threats of the terrorists, misfits, and lunatic thugs who are working feverishly from within to overturn and destroy our once great country, which has never been in greater peril than it is right now. Definitely not during the Civil War. We must stop the communists, Marxists, and fascist pigs, with air quotes, at every turn and make America great again. He's awful. Speaking of Biden, he fell while on stage in Colorado, but he's fine. It's really not a big deal, but I figure I should mention it so I don't have people going, oh my god, you're playing defense for Sleepy Joe. Bruce Springsteen fell the other day too. It happens. And while we're on the topic, the bike one was bullshit. His foot got caught in the pedal. It could have happened to anyone, and he got right back up. He's old as hell, and he ain't perfect, but he's doing okay. Alright? Okay. Mike Pence recently threw his hat into the presidential ring, joining Ron DeSantis, Donald Trump, and a bunch of other people who definitely won't win the nomination. This comes months after criticizing Trump, saying he was wrong in insisting that he won the 2020 election, and that he was reckless in word and action on January 6th. Oh, and one more thing, Pence added, you tried to get me fucking hanged! Tech news. In AI news, a letter was recently made public titled Statement on AI Risk. The letter states that mitigating the risk of extinction from AI should be a global priority alongside other societal scale risks such as pandemics and nuclear war. It has been signed by a number of AI experts, including Sam Altman, the CEO of OpenAI, and Geoffrey Hinton, who recently resigned from Google in order to speak more candidly about the risk posed by AI. Also, Grimes for some reason. In all seriousness, they have a good point. AI can bring about some massive benefits, but if we're all dead, those benefits are, to quote Joey Tribbiani,
all a moot point. It's like a cow's opinion. Doesn't matter. It's moot.
Also, speaking of AI, did I mention you should watch Mrs. Davis? It's a callback to last week. Don't worry about it. China Telecom has invested 3 billion yuan, about 434 million US, or about 574 million Canadian, oh, Canada, into establishing the China Telecom Quantum Information Technology Group, or, Their hope is for China to build itself an advantage in the increasingly important space of quantum computing. And you know what they say about China having advantages in tech? Let's lose viewers. Thinking back on the last few episodes, I've been a bit of a negative Nancy, calling Jordan Peterson sad and pathetic, pointing out that Russell Brand sold his soul to the conspiratorial right. These things may be true, but they're awfully negative. So today I'm just going to talk about a YouTube channel I really like. I'll do this every week so I can slowly lose what few viewers I currently have. Over 150 last video though. Thanks folks. Sincerely, that sounded sarcastic, but really, I appreciate it. This week, let's talk Henry's Kitchen. It's a comedy cooking show by Henry Phillips. Henry is a musical comedian, and every episode showcases one or more of his comedy songs in the background. But the main attraction is the cooking, which is quite poor.
I remember when I was growing up in New Jersey, my brother and I used to fight all the time, and one time he threw a rock at me and he hit me in the head, I guess, and my head started to bleed.
Give it a watch. You won't be disappointed. It's one of the few YouTube channels that I actively seek out to make sure I haven't missed any episodes. I even have his cookbook, and he inspired me to do my own, much less funny cooking show. Keep 'em coming, Henry. It's an inside joke. Seriously though, check out the channel. And if you do, say Ronpon sent you. And if I see your comment, it'll make me happy. Now it's time to check the vault. Time to check out the vault for some random thoughts I wrote down at some point. There are few things as stressful as being the first person to type LOL in an email exchange. Oh god, did I misjudge? Should I have said ha? Are emojis better or worse? Communication's hard. Also, I'm probably autistic. Actually, scratch that. There's nothing more stressful than someone typing P into your search bar. Or S. Or N. Or A. Or C. Okay, cards on the table. With my search history, most letters will lead you to porn. Speaking of, are we seriously pretending that the story of Lot and his daughters wasn't just early incest porn? It's like a hop, skip, and a jump away from a guy's stepsister getting stuck in a washing machine. It's strange that so many of the men who pride themselves in being gentlemen are the harshest critics of gentle men. That's kind of deep. Finally, I couldn't decide which punchline I preferred, so let me know in the comments which of these is better. Danger is my middle name. Unfortunately, my first name is scared of. Danger is my middle name. Unfortunately, my first name is Wussybaby. Let me know. I don't know which one I like better. This has been The Vault. That's it for today, folks. Hope you enjoyed. If you want to help me out, please do engage with this video to get more eyeballs on it, whether you like, subscribe, share, comment, whatever. And if you have some extra cash lying around and want to help me out financially, head over to patreon.com/Ronpon for some neat perks. You can get into the end credits. But I'll shut up now. Until we meet again, stay safe, stay sane, and stay smiling. Special thank you to Neely, my first Patreon subscriber. Although he's one of my best friends, so it's kind of cheating.